Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. So today, Far Cry 6 had another crossover DLC. This was the Stranger Things crossover DLC. It's completely free. If you have not checked it out yet, it will be added in to the update. Speaking of which, I think it's a free play week for Far Cry 6, so you can go and check it out. You do keep your progress at the end of free play week, and I think you get a discount on the battle pass in the game. So if you haven't owned Far Cry 6 yet, now is as good of a time to try it out for the free play week. But anyways, Stranger Things, great series. I've watched all the seasons. I'm ready for the new season. It feels like it's been so long since season 3 to season 4. Let's get it over with, but Far Cry is filling that itch there. So Far Cry's had a lot of crossover DLC recently and additional DLC. The last one they had was Rainbow. They had a Rainbow DLC, but I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of crappy. It was basically just like 2 new weapons and a quick mission. This one blew it out of the water. So I played with my friend Ross, who goes by the Ross Boss. He has a YouTube channel down below. He streams once in a while. I'll leave a link for you, but we made some memories here. So it starts out, you go to a bunker, and somehow you end up on a mission to rescue Chorizo. Yeah, the little sausage dog. He gets stuck in the Upside Down. You meet another character called Shest, who it's hinted at that they are a person that they've been running experience on, kind of like 11. But I'm not gonna go too much into the plot. You find yourself in the Upside Down, going to rescue Chorizo, and I gotta say it was pretty neat. So the Rainbow DLC was kind of half-assed, half-baked. This one is full-fledged, puts you in a new area, so you go through a bunker and you end up in the Shadow world. The DLC is split into 3 chapters that give you certain objectives and certain plots, but it is a pretty good amount of content compared to the Rainbow crossover. They actually stepped it up a notch because you enter a whole Upside Down world where it just looks evil and twisted and lots of black and red and weird looking creatures, and it's not so much on the open world element, but it's still pretty expansive as far as the shadow place goes. You know, the shadow realm that you enter in this game. There's a lot of stuff to look at here and a fair amount of challenge. The game starts you off with none of your weapons, none of your inventory. You basically start Metroid style with a clean slate. You find a pistol with a handful of different ammo, and you have to make your way out the bunker to the shadow place and find Chorizo. It's a pretty fair and simple plot, honestly. Going to rescue a precious little dog from the Demogorgon, and along the way you find out the story of a person called Six, and you're talking to Shest throughout the whole thing, and they're helping you and guiding you along the way where to go and stuff. So as far as adventure goes, this was all about the memories. Honestly, for a free DLC, they did a really good job about the game. I haven't really played Far Cry 6 in quite some time, but this was worth dusting off Far Cry 6 and jumping into the world of Yara one more time to experience what was a pretty memorable and cinematic event. This is what crossover DLCs should be. They should have not just new weapons, but access to whole brand new areas, lots of cutscenes, lots of great storytelling, lots of action. I mean, this was definitely on fire as far as action goes. Me and Ross, we, have a gaming background of playing GTA 5, Dying Light 2, Far Cry 6. We've played several different games. So many to name that I can't even remember off the top of my head. But we played so many games throughout the years, and this was just the latest one. And my God, was I laughing and smiling the whole time, despite being threatened of getting killed in the Upside Down. If there was ever a memorable part of Far Cry 6, I would have to say Ubisoft hit the nail on the head when it comes to this crossover DLC. I mean, they had the other add-ons and stuff. Sometimes it hasn't been on there. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just kind of like, okay, they just threw something together and kind of just fleshed it out. But this one was good because it felt like entirely like an actual legitimate game expansion. And I can't go on enough about it. It had the Stranger Things vibe nailed down. The atmosphere was just absolutely creepy. I was joking a few times saying, man, this game quickly became like a Resident Evil vibe or a Dying Light vibe, with the way that the zombified different creatures came out, and then like the evil looking dogs and boars that would attack you, and just the way that the atmosphere looked. It had that real dark, upside down feel to it. Like, this was an ultimate tribute to Stranger Things. There's no like real Stranger Things realistic HD game. They have that Stranger Things 3 game that came out a couple years ago, but there hasn't been any kind of like real hard-hitting Stranger Things style type of video game with the franchise. And I think this was a very good effort as far as the presentation goes. It even had the intro credits for this. You know, you open up and it had like the Stranger Things theme and all that, and it just set a real good vibe. And it was interesting to see how they approached it as far as the Far Cry series go. Such a simple plot. You know, like they had the whole, you know, Yara constantly has all these mysterious discoveries and research and hidden bunkers and stuff, but they threw Stranger Things into it. They had it where there was some kind of Russian bunker there with experiments with a character named Six, and then you had Shest that was in there that you were having to help out, and it came out to a pretty good climax and a pretty good ending, and it's for the price of $3.99. Again, you're also able to do a free play week this week with Far Cry 6 if you haven't played it. So you could basically play the Stranger Things Far Cry 6 DLC once you get past the tutorial. You have to get past the initial like tutorial stage island of Far Cry 6 in order to access this DLC, and then from there you'll have the whole game to yourself. Again, it keeps the progress of what you do with this free play week, and if you buy the game in the battle pass or the season pass, you get everything with it, and your weapons and things like that. It was a lot of fun. Again, I never previously played a Far Cry game in my life, but Far Cry 6 seems like it's the game that just keeps on giving and giving and giving. They've been drip feeding so much content. I have a feeling they're going to add even more, even though that hasn't been confirmed. But I would definitely like to see some more crossover DLC. I was even hoping maybe we would see some additional Stranger Things crossovers in the near future. I think they kind of left the door open on that so much, tongue-in-cheek. But again, I had a great time playing with a friend. I'm not even sure how many people you can have online co-op at once on Far Cry 6. I think you might be able to do 4. There was just 2 of us, and it was a pretty good challenge even with 2 of us. So I had a lot of fun. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't done it yet. Far Cry 6 Stranger Things crossover DLC. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.